watching HCTV 22 City News, your source for news and information on issues, people, arts and entertainment, and sports in the city of Hawthorne.
In this edition of City News, there are new developments in a recent abduction case. The details coming up. Find out how the city and community members promoted child safety. And we tell you who gets to build the military's newest aerial refueling tanker. These stories and much more coming up on City News. Hello and welcome to City News. I'm Michelle Mizell Archer. Our top story is an update on our recent abduction of a 13-year-old girl in Hawthorne. Well, police now say that it really wasn't a kidnapping at all. Officers say the girl lied when she originally told them that last month she was walking to school in the 3500 block of 132nd Street when a man apparently approached her with a knife and shoved her into a car.
After talking with the victim and conducting further investigation, we've discovered that the abduction part of what the victim had told us is in fact not true. It was an acquaintance of hers, and the suspect was known to her, and she went in with him in the car, and it was not a kidnap.
The girl also said the suspect drove her to a different location, sexually assaulted her, and then drove her back and ordered her out of the car near Bud Carson Middle School on Yukon Avenue, where she first reported the incident to her teachers. Investigators say this part of her story is true.
She still claims that there was a sexual assault that occurred after. We have evidence also leading to that. So we believe that part of what she has told us or what had occurred or happened.
Now, police say that the apparent incident has caused much worry in the community, but they want to emphasize to the public that although a predator is not on the loose, it is still important for students not to walk to and from school alone. Well, to ensure the safety of young ones, Mayor Larry Guidi, City Council members, and the Home Depot Center in Hawthorne hold an annual event. HCTV reporter Sophia Pop reports.
It was a day dedicated for children to learn about the importance of staying safe.
It started off with a couple booths, me coming out, setting the table up, giving out Crayolas and police badges, and then it started to escalate.
This year, the Child Safety Awareness Day marked its 10th anniversary.
It's showing that we love our family, love our city, and care for our children very, very much.
Volunteers provided information on keeping children safe and away from gangs and drugs.
We take a picture and thumbprint and provide a sheet of child safety tips.
It's very important for their safety going back and forth to school.
My main goal is to see even one child that doesn't go the way of drugs and alcohol and gang activity.
For the youth attending, the message was very clear.
This is telling them not to do anything other than what they're not supposed to do. Just stay in school and keep trying.
Families enjoyed the many activities and also took home prizes donated by various sponsors and nonprofit organizations.
It shows the community that business do care, that they just don't take, that they give way to.
So there are the booths offering great safety tips. Then there are the prizes that, of course, puts a smile on everyone's faces. But this event wouldn't be complete without a good old American hot dog.
Volunteers worked hard to ensure everyone had plenty to eat. Children had their face painted, checked out the police helicopter, while others took pictures with officers. But most of all,
it was a great opportunity for the city of Hawthorne to educate the kids on how to be safe in your community.
There's no doubt that it was another rewarding experience for everyone involved. I'm Sophia Pop, HCTV.
Event organizers tell us they plan to have a water park theme next year. Well, it has been a long and hard competition, but the United States Air Force has selected the global defense and technology company Northrop Grumman in El Segundo to manufacture the next generation military tanker. HCTV reporter Jason Ellison has the story.
City officials and Northrop Grumman employees were ecstatic when hearing the news of Northrop Grumman winning the contract to build the newest U.S. Air Force tanker.
I'm bursting at the seams today. It's a huge, huge celebration, and it'll bring jobs for many, many decades to come.
Pride that they were the ones that were chosen for this project.
It was just so thrilling because it was such a big competition, and we were up against a huge company who was the incumbent.
The construction of the KC-45 will create 7,500 jobs at 43 companies in California that supply parts or services, including nearby Northrop Grumman.
We have a lot of people who live in the city of Hawthorne that work for Northrop.
Well, as an employee, that means that there's longevity and there have been opportunities for a lot of people to get involved as suppliers in the community.
The new KC-45 is more fuel efficient, able to carry more passengers, and reach higher speeds than its predecessors.
We were basically 20% more capable across the board of a number of requirements the Air Force gave us, and at an equal price.
Joanna Lampkin says the Northrop contract was won because of teamwork.
And we're like a family, you know. People here really care about each other. There's a great sense of camaraderie.
And according to Northrop Grumman, the KC-45 contract is going to generate an additional $364 million to the economy. Reporting for HCTV, Jason Ellison.
If you want more information about the KC-45, visit www.americasnewtanker.com. Well, you may have received a notice back in February regarding a proposed clean water fee. Now the city is asking you to vote. The proposal is for residents who own properties that are 6,000 square feet or less to pay $2.50 a month for the next 10 years. The fee is to help pay for new underground filtering devices and other equipment that will purify storm runoff before it reaches the ocean. Senior citizens are exempt from this payment. The changes are being done to comply with state mandates to protect our water.
It's a program that we're doing now, but that will be expanded and amplified in the very near future. Our funds are not going to be amplified or expanded, so we are searching for other sources of funding because these mandates from the state are all unfunded.
City officials say that without the clean water fee, money for this project will have to come out of the general fund, ultimately cutting budgets from other city programs. You can cast your vote by mailing the ballot back in its return envelope or dropping it off at the city clerk's office at Hawthorne City Hall, located at 4455 West 126th Street. For more information, call 310-349-2987. Well, the Hawthorne President's Council recently hosted the annual K9 Community Barbecue Dinner. The purpose is to help support our police dogs, but as HCTV reporter Christina Pascucci reports, those who came got a lot more out of the event.
Community members gathered at the Memorial Center to help support a good cause.
It's our annual community dinner to help raise money for our K9, and it's a great party. It's a big party.
It's also a celebration of all that these dogs do for our city.
That Heidi over there is the one that sniffed out $1 million worth of drugs. And, that was her first day on the job.
Councilman Pablo Catano describes the positive benefits that this barbecue provides.
He has provided our police department with the money for training, for equipment, and also for new dogs.
And attendees get to interact with the officers as well as their partners.
It gives the community a chance to meet the K9 handlers and to see and via the demonstrations get an idea of what the dogs are trained to do and how they work.
A lot of people have the perception that these animals are attack dogs, but as you can tell, they're actually very social, lovable creatures.
All of our patrol dogs go home with the officers, and they live a very social life at home. Most of our officers have small kids, and so they're integrated into the family.
Roscoe's like a light switch. He knows when it's time to work, and he knows when it's time to relax and play.
When at work, these dogs are invaluable to the officers.
Instead of the office to be at risk, they work as a partner, and the dogs go first and chase the bad guys, chase the drugs, chase the counterfeit money, so to protect our communities.
These dogs help save officers' lives. That's why it's so imperative that the community helps the K9 program thrive. With a $10,000 price tag per dog, community contributions are essential.
When you're talking about that amount, you're also including not only the cost of buying the dog, but also the school and the training that the officers go through.
But these animals are worth every penny. Cora Travers agrees, as she has been a major contributor to the cause and was involved with this event for 27 years.
Because I believe in our K-9 teams and our police department and the city of Hawthorne and everything, every way.
Individuals, businesses, and philanthropic groups who made contributions at this year's barbecue made huge strides toward helping Hawthorne's K-9 unit thrive. For HCTV, I'm Christina Pascucci.
So far, more than $2,500 was raised at the barbecue. The state of California has several guidelines dog owners must follow, so dogs and their owners recently showed up at City Hall to make sure they fit the bill. Dogs of all breeds were at the city's annual rabies clinic. State law requires that dogs more than 4 months old get their rabies shot. The clinic offers low-cost vaccinations as well as microchipping and pet license renewal. Organizers say there's always a good turnout.
We normally end up with several hundred dogs by the end of the day. We've actually even had a few cats this year.
For more information, please call the Animal Control Center at 310-349-2948. Well, coming up next on City News, we tell you who now takes your calls when you dial 911 from your cell phone. Also, there's a very effective program that helps students get jobs. There's more news up ahead.
You know when that shark bites with its teeth, they scarlet billows, will they start to spread?
Hey, it's that time of year again, the Italian Festival here in the city of Hawthorne. June 14th, here at Hawthorne Memorial Park. Bocce tournament starts at 8 o'clock a.m. sharp. The festival kicks off at 10 o'clock a.m. We have a tribute singer to Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra. And for the first time in the South Bay, an Italian pasta eating contest with great prizes, a karaoke contest. We have 2 round-trip tickets to Italy on Alitalia Airlines. We have food, we have entertainment, you name it, we've got it. See you on June 14th at our Bocce. Have fun.
Way down by the river, don't you know? Way at the cement bed, just a drooping on down old that cement.
Hi, I'm Edward James Olmos, and you're watching the best channel on television. That's HCTV, Channel 22. Watch it.
Welcome back. In an emergency situation, most people know to dial 911, but did you know that the efficiency of the call center has improved immensely when handling emergency calls from cell phones? Lindsay Case tells us how.
Okay, and how long ago did this happen?
That's just one example of a 911 call taken at South Bay Regional Public Communication Authority, or RCC for short. The center took over 80,000 911 calls last year, with almost half of those calls coming from cell phones.
We accept cell phone calls from all the carriers.
It used to be that all cell phone 911 calls went to the California Highway Patrol. Those calls would then be distributed to the proper emergency response team. It could take up to 10 minutes for help to arrive. Most calls now go to regional calling centers like the RCC, and since 2005, these centers have been using what's called GIS. Geographical Information Systems is able to track your exact location, and that means you'll get help almost immediately.
We'll get the XY coordinates, which the computer system will translate to an address accurate to within 150 to 200 feet.
The tracking system is only possible if you have a GPS-capable phone, so check with your carrier to make sure your mobile has the right technology. Where you're calling from will also depend on whether or